blacks get lower mortgage rates as reparations. Or and one thing, if you've been trying to call me, I'm locked out of my phone. I don't know if it's ransomware or some type of phishing thing, but I'm completely locked out of my phone. But they're gonna get me up and running, and I'm gonna get back to you. Now on to this program. So there's a program that is being rolled out that will allow first-time home buyers to get a 2% rate reduction. So for example, if you were quoted a 7% interest rate, you could be getting a 5. And if you were quoted lower than a 7, you could be getting even lower than a 5% interest rate. This is very similar to the NACA program. However, there are less moving parts and less strings attached than with the NACA program that makes it a lot harder, right? We know the NACA program is very strenuous, but this program right here is a game changer, and it is administered by your local housing authority. And just to give you an example of what this looks like, I'll put it up on the screen. And the name of the program is First Home Dream Program. Now, there are several things with this program that you got to understand to be able to take advantage of it. Okay, number one, you have to be a first-time home buyer. Now, most states define a first-time home buyer as someone that has not owned a home in the previous 3 years. Now, I know I'm going to get this question because I always get it in all of these videos. If I've already purchased a home, can I sign up for this program to take advantage? The answer is no, unfortunately not. Now, the second thing, if you have a spouse, they also have to be a first-time home buyer if they're going to be a part of this program. Now, the next thing, I don't know how they're going to do this, but your parents or any legal guardian cannot have owned a home in the previous 3 years. Now, I'm not 100% sure how they're going to figure that out, but that is one of the stipulations when it comes to this program. As I get more information, as I head down the road with buyers to figure this thing out, with this program being administered, I will report back to you all and let you all know how they are even able to determine if your parents own or have owned a home in the past 3 years. Now, this can be used with a conventional FHA and VA loan, but these are loans that are coming from your local housing authority, meaning they are coming from the bond market. Okay, so whatever the bond market rate is for that day, you can get a 2% interest rate reduction. Now, here's the other bonus with that. I always talk about down payment assistance and grants that you do not have to pay back. The good thing is you can combine it with these. So you can get an interest rate reduction and you can use down payment assistance along with that to potentially walk in with a lower payment and no money out of pocket. Now, when it comes to down payment assistance, you definitely gotta read the fine print. There are some that you have to pay back, and then there are others that you don't, right? I always suggest looking for the word grant, Grant. Grants are ones where you do not have to pay it back. A lot of times what they'll do, they'll attach it to the property as a second mortgage, but it's considered a silent second mortgage, meaning there's no payment attached. And every year they forgive a portion of it for a certain amount of years. I've seen some states where it's 10 years. I know where I am in the DC, Maryland area is generally 3 years, between 3 and 5. Okay, so like for example, if it's 5 years and you borrow $5,000, every year $1,000 gets forgiven. Now, this program, the reason why it's a game changer is it will make housing more affordable for everyone. OK, that's one thing that you need to understand. That's one of the reasons why the housing market right now is in a gridlock, because you have all these people that want to sell, that want to move, but they have a 3%. Why would you trade a 3% for a 7%? Right? It doesn't make sense at all. But it will still allow new buyers to go from, to at least get a 5. 5 is great, and if you can get even lower, even better. And anyone that doesn't know how interest rates work with mortgages, it's based on your credit score, right? So the higher your credit score, the lower the rate you get for that day. Rates change every day, right? And of course, the lower your credit score, the higher your rate. But at the same time, if you get a 2% interest rate reduction, you can't beat it. Now, when it comes to the FHA loans, right, you're going to need at least a 580 credit score. And again, no collections. OK, and if you owe the IRS money, you need to be on a payment plan. Now, when it comes to the conventionals, depending on the conventional that you choose, you will need to be, a lot higher, like 620. Now, if it is a 20% down conventional, well, you can get away with like a 500, because if you're putting down 20%, the bank really wants that money, right? So they're okay with you paying into the equity. You can get away with a lot more because you're putting the money down. Okay, so that's one thing to definitely know. Now, lastly, this program has not rolled out into all 50 states as of yet. As of right now, it is only available in the state of Virginia. However, once you start seeing these programs roll out into one state, other states start to mimic it. This goes for all the down payment assistance programs and any program similar to this. One state starts it, they pilot it, and then other states start to implement it, because the housing market is currently in a gridlock. Like I said previously, you have people that are in the 3% interest rate that want to sell but won't sell because they don't want to trade a 347 or a 348 or a 346. It doesn't make sense, right? So what they're trying to do is keep people still purchasing and getting good interest rates. Like I said, a 5% is an average rate. A 5% is a decent rate. We may never get back down to 2.7, 2.8, or 3% ever again. The reason why was because we went into a deep recession. Anytime we go into a deep recession, that is when you have mortgage rates that come down a lot, right? Okay, so if you ever got any questions, just feel free, leave a comment, reach out to me. Again, my real estate phone is in gridlock right now, so if there's somebody that's been trying to hit me up, give me a second, I'll get back to you, or shoot me an email. That's the fastest way for me to get back in contact with you while my phone is locked up right now. And lastly, this program is for everyone.